Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. So today's tutorial, we are going to finally see the last of my big-eyed creatures. And this one is the land creature. And if you saw the thumbnail at the beginning, you will know that this is a little piggy. Yes, I had to do a little piglet that is splashing around in a big old mud puddle on a very warm summer's day. So what I did was I took a mold number 2 rock that I created from the Happy Dot and Company molds. I let it dry for about a week actually, and then I painted it black. Now I went in with my compass. I drew a circle, so that's going to be my frame. And then I sketched on where I wanted my little piggy to be. Then I put on the dirt side, or where the mud's going to be, and that color is traditional burnt sienna. And I threw in a little bit of black and a little bit of white, and then I'm going to let that dry. And now I'm working on the sky. So the sky is sapphire, and all of the colors that I'm using in the tutorial today are all by DecoArt. If I fail to forget, I always say that if I fail to forget, if I fail to mention what the color name is, I do put them in the description of every video. So that is available if I do happen to forget to mention it, or if maybe I mentioned it and you missed it, it's always going to be down there in the description. So I invite you to check that out. For all of the colors that I use. So back to the sky, what I did was it was the sapphire, and then I added some white, and I kept using my brush strokes going in the same direction, back and forth, back and forth. When I noticed that the black was starting to shine through, I decided to stop and go back to work on the mud side, because I'm going to let that dry, the sky part. And then I'm going to go back to it because I didn't put a white background on it, and I'm using lighter colors. The black kind of dulls the color that I'm applying, and you can kind of see the black coming through a bit. So it's kind of like a darker tone. And I don't want that. I want this to be bright and fun and cheerful. So I let it dry, and then I just went in with, this is a little tool that I got from Michael's. I'm sure you could pick them up anywhere, but it is just a dowel stick with a little round sponge on the end of it, and I love using these ones for making little clouds. So it's a great blender. This one I've used quite a bit, and it's just about on its last legs. So I will have to definitely get me some more of those and use them a lot. Well, not use them a lot more, but definitely learn how to clean them more properly so that I can get a longer life out of them. That it's definitely something that I'm bad at. I do tell you guys to keep things clean, and to have a clean thing of water to clean your brushes in, but I'm bad at that. So don't do what I do what I say. That works that way, right? Okay, so I'm just adding in different colors of the sapphire mixed in with white, different shades, adding in a little bit of white, adding in a little bit more of the sapphire color until I'm happy with it. And when I'm using this sponge, when I'm doing clouds, what I usually do is I load one side of the sponge with just pure white. So that's how I get that white crispness on the top of the clouds. And then the underside is blended with the blue that's still left on that. So I don't clean it out. I use the same sponge, and that's how I get the shapes of the clouds. Now I'm going back in because that dirt down at the bottom, or the mud down at the bottom, it dried too dark. So I went in with a little bit more of that traditional burnt sienna and added in a little bit of white, so that I could get a much lighter color. And then I just added little blotches of black so that it looked more like mud. Then I redrew on my circle because that's the frame that I want the little piggy to be in. And I lost it when I did all my background of the mud and of the sky. So I had to reapply my circle, which was very easy to do. Now I'm sketching on my little piggy again, but this time I'm going to be a little bit more careful about the shapes because I'm going to be painting this white. This gives me that base coat that I need because I'm going to be using Poddleskirt pink, which is a fairly light pink. And if I didn't put the white on the background, I would have to do a gazillion amounts of layers of paint in order to not allow the background to shine through. Okay, maybe not a gazillion layers of paint, but that's how I feel. So I just put on the white paint first, and then I don't have to worry about it. I do a lot of blending on this little piggy, so I had trouble with this guy. I really did. I couldn't get the blending the way that I wanted to. I also forgot to wipe off my sponges sometimes and put on the wrong color. So had to reblend it again and got different tones. And oh yeah, it was just a mess. But I'm going to blame it on having a head cold when I painted this. And that's why things weren't coming out the way that I wanted it to, because my head was in a different space and was not allowing me to be as creative and as fluid as I wanted to be. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. It was the head cold. So I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. You get one of those colds and you really don't want to do anything except for just lay down, rest, have your fluids, whatever it may be, a nice warm cup of tea or maybe some flavored water, anything like that. You're not thinking about all the other stuff. Your brain's not busy working on, okay, what do I need to do next? No, it's relaxing your body so that your body can focus on fighting off that nasty head cold that you picked up, and that's it. So that's what I'm blaming on my multitude of layers of blending on this little piggy. Okay? Okay. So I put on that Poddleskirt pink, and now I am dabbing on with my finger dabber with some white in the center, and I'm just working my way out to the edges. And I'm doing this because I want that Poddleskirt pink in its pure form to be on the edges. And then I want it to be a little bit more pale in the center of his face, because I will be doing some shading with some darker pink. And the darker pink that I use is the dragon fruit. And like I said, all of these colors, like the names, the brand names, and the actual color name will be listed in the description. So if I do fail to mention something, it will be all listed down there. So don't forget to check that out if you didn't know what colors I used in this painting. However, I do want to encourage you to use whatever you have in your stash. In today's day and age, you don't need to run out to buy a little 2-ounce tube of paint for $4.49 Canadian, plus your taxes. You know what I mean? You can make your own. If you want a pink, mix red and white together. You can do that with the blue as well. Brown, just mix some red with some blue and some white and some black. Then you'll get like a nice brown muddy color. So just experiment with the colors that you have. These are just the colors that were in my stash. I didn't go out and buy these specifically for this little piggy. And I'm just using with what I have. And I do a lot of blending, but that's okay. So this, I'm going to say, is probably a really good tutorial to learn blending from, because I do it so many times. And it just shows you that, you know, nobody's perfect. We're not machines. We can't do this like AI can. And that's what makes it so much fun, so enjoyable, and why the finished product is so imperfect that it makes it perfect. You know what I mean? Like, really, you can tell that this is something that is handmade and someone, me, put in some effort into this. And that's why I enjoy doing it. I've been finding a lot of paintings online now that you can tell that they're AI generated. And my fear is AI is going to take over all of that and we're going to lose our creativity. And I don't want to see that happening. I do encourage you to continue painting, continue experimenting with your colors and with your shapes. I know I will. It gives me the most relaxing and zenful moments. I'm having a bad day or a stressful day. I come home, I go into my studio, and I paint. And it's the best relaxer and meditation I've ever experienced. So let me know if it's something that you use for the same thing. If you find that going to sit down and do a painting, and it could be anything, maybe a drawing or a painting, or maybe you do some of that diamond art. I find that can be very soothing as well. I've done a few myself, but I know that there's so many other options out there rather than just painting. So let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to know what you do for your meditation to get rid of that stress of a very high stress day, or maybe the weather is not doing the right thing for you and it's kind of giving you the blues. Let me know what you do to pump yourself up. I would love to know. I'd also love to know if there's any other creatures that you'd like to see me paint in the way with these big eyes. Now I'm putting on the big eyes, so now you can see this piggy's going to have some pretty big eyes. But yes, definitely let me know. I've been wanting to maybe start doing some animals from the jungle, or maybe from the desert, or maybe some prehistoric ones like dinosaurs. I don't know. There's just so many ideas out there and I can't decide. So I need your help. I would like you to tell me in the comments what you would like to see. That will certainly help me narrow down my decision. So I'm still blending away, and I did have a really cute nose on there, but it wasn't cute enough for me. So I had waited for it to dry and I just blended over top of it. I will then go back in and put a new nose on this guy, and it will be so much cuter. Like, trust me, you'll see when I get to that. So I wanted to thank you, take this opportunity and thank you very much for joining me. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. I am 8 subscribers away from my goal of 1,000. So if you can help me with that by subscribing, I would truly appreciate it. And don't forget to click that notification bell, and it will let you know when I post something new. I do try to get things out on Fridays. Sometimes I'm a little slow and I get them out on Saturdays, but I do try to get stuff out for you guys so that it's, broadcasting on a screen near you, whether it be your phone, a tablet, or your TV, wherever you enjoy watching these videos. That gives me so much joy to produce and to post for you. So yeah, let me know about that. You can, like I said, the easiest way to let me know that you like it is by giving me the thumbs up. And it's a quick click, and that's it. I also wanted to let everyone know about my Buy Me a Coffee. So I don't have an Etsy shop anymore. I found that the Etsy shop was not performing the way that I wanted it to. Plus, with having a full-time job, it is really hard for me to keep up with it. So instead, if there is something that you like, you can definitely go to my Facebook page and you can send me a message there. Or you can leave me a comment here and I can message you. But this Buy Me a Coffee is another way that allows you to support my channel if you want to. You can donate any denomination that you wish. You don't have, there isn't a set value, but it is available if you are interested. And the link is in the description. And as well as so many other links that I have down there. So definitely go and check them out because there's some really good videos of tutorials that I do of how to make a fine lining brush, how to make a blending brush. And those two are basically showing you how to give old brushes new life. Because you don't need to just, toss them aside because they're not functioning the way that they were in the beginning of their life, but you can give them new purpose. So I show you how to do that. The other thing that is down there that you can check out is I have videos about how to what do you call it? How to resin, how to make your own rocks, that sort of thing. So that all of that information is down in the description, as well as links to the Happy Dotting Company's shop, to the Dotting Center shop. The Dotting Center is where I get my dotting tools. There is a discount code as well in the description, so make sure you jot that down before you head over to her store. You put in the coupon code and you can get 10% off by using my coupon code. So make sure you go and check that out as well. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Let me know what your weather is like. I'm finding that the weather here is like abnormally cold, like really cold. We're almost into the month of June and I don't know why, but it's still cold. I still have my furnace on. Yes, I'm in Northern Ontario, but we're 3 weeks away from the first day of spring, the first day of summer. It's time to turn this around. And I am tired of wearing layers of clothing. So come on, summer. Let's bring on some of that heat. Let's bring on some of that sunshine and let's green up everything. So what do you say, Mother Nature? Let's get going on this. I tell ya. Anyway, so I also said at the end of every month, anybody who has supported my channel through the Buy Me a Coffee app, I would give a mention to. So since this is near the end of the month of May, I'd like to give a shout out to Marianne. She stopped by and bought me a coffee. And I thank you very much, Marianne, for doing so. And the coffee was delicious and I appreciated it. So thank you very, very much. And yes, if you want your name to be mentioned, all you have to do is head on over to the Buy Me a Coffee app and just drop in a little coffee for me. Again, I said of any denomination that you wish. There's totally up to you. It's not mandatory. I can't express that enough. It is not mandatory. It's only if you wish. So yeah, I'm just painting away on this little guy here. And I know I did an awful lot of blending. But I feel that because I did all of that blending, I finally got the color that I wanted in the end. This was here an attempt of trying to make his cheeks rosy and it didn't work out. So I go back over with some more of the other paint color. I swear, I think ended up with like 12 coats of paint on this little piggy. And he's almost 3D now because he's rising up off the rock. Anyways, sometimes it happens and it's all good. So the insides of his eyes, or I guess this would be the outside of his eyes, I am using metallic DecoArt blue sapphire paint. And it dries with such a pretty shine. And then when you resin it, it just glows. Like, well, maybe not glows, but it really glimmers. And I love bling bling, and I love the glitter, things like that. And, you know, I haven't done a lot of tutorials with that recently. So I think I might have to get back into doing some of those bling bling ones. I kind of miss doing those. So maybe I'll set some of those up in the coming weeks, and we can enjoy those together. But anyways, today we're doing this cute little piggy who is flopping around in a mud puddle, keeping cool on a hot day. Although the clouds behind him look like storm clouds, but we're just going to go with it. I'm telling you, folks, this one was a tough one for me. But I am in love with how cute he turned out to be. And I'm so happy that I just kept pushing on and kept my vision in my head and knowing what I wanted him to look like when he was finished. And I'm pretty happy with what I achieved. So that just goes to show you, you know, like just keep trying, keep working out the kinks, and never give up. And you'll be amazed what you can accomplish. And I'm telling you, this little guy, whew, he was a tough one, but I got him done. So now I'm going to add on that gold frame like I do in almost all of my little videos that I make. They're not really little videos. I don't know why I said that. But with all of these videos that I make for your viewing pleasure, and I always use the Glorious Gold. It's my ultimate favorite gold, and I use it on almost every rock, and especially doing the frames like I do here. Now I'm going in, I'm going to add a little bit of highlight on his tail, on the curves and the corners and the tips. And all I'm using is that Poddleskirt pink with my fine lining brush. It's very thin down because my brush doesn't hold a lot of paint. And then I just put it on as some of my highlights there. And I'm just fixing up some of the thicker lines that I used with the black, and they got a bit thick, so I'm just thinning some of those out with some of the highlights that I do. So that's just another kind of like a tip or trick, that if your lines are too thick, but you have mixed colors and you don't have it available, add a little bit of highlight, and that takes care of that. So there's all sorts of ways that you can maneuver around these happy mistakes that happen, as Bob Ross would normally say. But definitely he turned out absolutely adorable, especially when I put those little eyebrows on, and now I'm doing his little eyelids. Maybe that's why I said little a while ago, because I'm using little for everything else. I don't know. But now I'm just adding on a couple of eyelashes around on the inside of his eye. So I'm separating his eye from the eyelid. And then I will be, right now he looks like he's wearing kind of sunglasses, but I will be, what I just did there, outlined some of the eye from the eyelid. No, I'm outlining the eyelid from, you know what I'm talking about. I don't. Anyways, I'm so sorry, people. I'm going to finish up this little guy, and that's it. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.